In a wicked age, a warehouse sits on the docks full of stolen silk and other fine things. And dark-dressed sailors travel between these docks and a tower of silver and alabaster which rises from the sea under the new moon. It is not gone unnoticed by the powers that be. A college of small but prestigious magical order, as well as the king himself, have sent emissaries to investigate. To say nothing of the various merchants and sailors slighted by these pirates on the sea, these smugglers, as well as the slavers among the pirates. A band both bold and incorrigible. I think it's early in the morning of the city. Does the city have a name? It doesn't need one.
Maybe just the city.
Yeah, okay. So early in the city. What are the wizards doing? How are you staying here while you're in the city?
I think we have a fairly like well appointed inn, like a hotel room.
Yeah?
I think it'd be like a college one, because it's like the main city. So wouldn't that be the perfect place to have like a school or...
Yeah, that actually sounds better. It's just the way
perhaps your office is located here, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you perform your experiments, your studies, as well as take business. You know, everybody's got to put food on the table.
I think we're at the moment. Our master and I, we share kind of an office, but I have like a smaller desk off into the corner, and I'm working on like something fairly benign and just kind of thinking to myself while I'm just kind of writing notes and records down in a ledger.
All right.
I'm just like staring out the window, wondering how
I would invite everyone to, while we're describing these, it's very good, I like these descriptions. To facilitate this type of storytelling, we should go for florid descriptions. Try to include at least one detail about some sensory. Like, what does this room smell like?
You gotta get the multi-syllables out.
It definitely smells like musty
Smoke.
books.
Musty books
Oh
and
yeah,
smoke.
but also
Oh,
yeah.
kind of pyromancer.
I mean, you're definitely burning. Like this.
Are
is
you
like,
also a smoker?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
She
So
smokes some
Humusi
kind
sits
of
there
pipe.
reading something, smoking out of her pipe.
Let's see. I think Awita speaks up. What's preoccupying you, my master? Do you not have some work to attend to this day?
Mind your business, apprentice, and keep to your work.
Yes, of course, master. Shit. Way to no butt me, damn.
Can we join in at
No,
any
that's
Sorry.
pretty
point?
good. That's pretty good, though. Humusi, you are awaiting an appointment today. Unfortunately, someone is coming to meet you.
Don't forget your appointment, my master.
I haven't forgotten.
I don't mean to interfere in your business. I just.
Go meet them.
I hate.
Please.
Alright, yes, of course. Alright, and I kind of like make a show of like quickly like shuffling up my papers into a pile and like scuffling out of the room, feeling a good
Okay.
little apprentice.
But how does Awita behave as soon as the door is shut?
She like her posture immediately changes, like she slouches a bit. Her eyes kind of like she looks exasperated and also a bit annoyed, but not like super annoyed just because it's a situation she's used to. Like she's used to pretending to serve one that she severely disrespects. So she just kind of schools herself again after like keep pinching the bridges of her nose, heaving a deep sigh, and goes to meet whoever it is her master is speaking to today.
Okay. Anagalmeshu, where were you arranged to meet the wizard?
Well, I think I would actually go up to their office or
Okay.
their meeting spot. I'm not going to keep them waiting, and I would like to talk to them right away.
Oh, so you're very professional. First thing in the morning?
Very professional. First thing in the morning, I am dressed in the nines, or she is dressed in the nines. And what would be the typical uniform? Very showy, very embellished uniform with the sword at her side, standing straight up, making sure people look her in the eye when she speaks.
Mm-hmm. All right, very well, very well. So you stand there at the door. Awita, as you move to the foyer and begin to prepare the meeting room, you hear a knock at the door.
Very commanding knock. Like,
I guess I kind of want to describe what Awita is wearing, even though it's not like a lot. It's just like kind of fairly simple, like scholar's clothes. Like it's like a shirt with like some stitches to kind of pull the hood tight. There's a hood. It's just, I guess I'm trying to think if it's like a robe or like some pants. I guess it's like just fairly simple like pants and like hooded shirt and some just whatever leather. Okay, sorry, that's perhaps a bit much.
Loose-fitting clothes, but not cheap.
Yeah.
Cutting away there, what is Saahita doing this morning?
So Saahita is still kind of just waking up. You know, it's busy the second day at port, but not as busy as the first, and she kind of likes to, you know, get up at a little bit after the crack of dawn. And she's getting up, and she's gotten dressed. She's wearing rich navy colored trousers and a loose fitting tunic. I don't know if that's what people wore back then, but you know, roughly the equivalent. And she can hear like the raucous clamor of her sailors up above her, and she gets up onto the deck and she looks out over the city, and her eyes fall on the college. She goes to get her breakfast, and then she goes to rent a horse and rides to the college.
Okay. So you're headed straight for... Well, the college isn't here, but there is a wizard stationed here. Like, there's a wizard who holds office here, yes.
Okay, well, yes, that. I imagine it would be like a noticeable building from the court.
okay, I guess I'm just sitting outside waiting for someone to answer the door.
Yeah, Awita, there was a very loud knock at the door.
Alright, well, Awita is like very on top of affairs. She's a very meticulous person, so she already knows who this is, be, barring like some kind of, you know, change in plans. So she quickly like scoots over to this pot of tea that she'd been brewing and pours a nice cup, and it's like very like aromatic herbal tea. Like it's some nice tea. Like she's trying to kind of ingratiate to this person a bit because that's kind of her default like meeting. All right, so she takes the cup of tea, like still steaming, and goes and opens the door. She's like, "Ah, you must be emissary Anagalmeshu. Welcome to our, well, I suppose it's an abode. Please come in, come in."
She turns around and just looks you up and down. Are you still slouching?
No, because she's kind of gotten back into like ingratiating mode. So she's like very like upright, like kind of bubbly, almost like a retail worker who's trying really hard.
I just walk in and I scan the room a bit. I don't acknowledge you.
Would you like some tea,
initially.
ma'am? I made it just for your arrival.
She looks around and looks directly at you and kind of gives you a scowl and says, "Humusi, the room?"
Yes, Master Humusi is waiting within for you.
Okay, take me to her.
Yes, of course, right this way. And I just kind of walk towards the office and kind of pull back the like red curtain that's hanging down. Because Master Humusi will see you now.
I walk into the door and I look around, and then I guess, are you sitting down, Humusi? I'm sorry.
I think we established that Humusi was like reclining in her chair, smoking her pipe, and perhaps reading.
Before the scene starts, I'm assuming that they don't want Awita like. So
you cut out there, actually.
Oh, sorry. I was just assuming they don't want like the apprentice listening at the door, so she like makes it looks like she's kind of leaving. But since she knows the room so, like the entire building so well because she's been around it for so long, she goes to another room. She goes to like a back, room that
Yeah.
like has a hole in it, and she can see and hear through one of the bookshelves.
Of course.
Which is the whole thing.
How do you enter this room?
Like I enter every room, I'm going to enter very commandingly, and again look at this lazy, just slouchy mage sitting here smoking a pipe, as if this isn't a serious, like, accusation that's being made against her college. And I go up straight to the desk and I look her in the eye and says, "You are Humusi?"
I am Humusi. I put down like my pipe and I slowly stand up and kind of like put out my hand. And you must be the emissary.
Yes. And you know why I'm here, right?
I have no idea, emissary. Would you like a cup of tea?
No, thank you.
Wine?
No, thank you. I'm on the job.
Water?
I don't want anything.
Okay.
I am here.
Please take a seat, emissary.
I am here because apparently your college has been keeping secrets from the king.
Never. That's treason.
Yeah, it is. And she's walking around the room just looking around.
Just to clarify, what Humusi does know, Humusi absolutely knows about this Alabaster Tower, and you don't know really what's inside it. You know that some unsavory individuals are currently using it as a hideout. But
So does the Alabaster Tower have something to do with treason?
It's more like it's a powerful magical artifact of a bygone age, and
Okay, so the king wants it, and basically
by rights it
keeping
belongs
from
to
it.
the crown. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That makes
and
sense.
it could be in the area of the empire, basically.
Keeping
It's
in,
how
keeping in
I'm
mind
looking
that,
at it, yeah.
that maybe kings are still a new idea to people as well.
Yeah, and also, you know, kings in this age are pretty greedy, and they'll
Yeah.
basically
Well,
say
but
anything's there.
King Gilgamesh was ordained by the gods, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Fucking 2/3 god. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
That's how it works.
But I'm just walking around the room and I'm just scanning everything. It's like, now, the king is willing to be merciful if you were to divulge the secrets that you so desperately guard. Or I could drag you down with my bare hands to his crown, or to his, you know, fucking, and we could beat it out of you, and then we could just kill you and dismantle your little college and take the secrets for ourselves.
Emissary, threats are not necessary. Please, sit down and we talk this out. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is there anything I can do to, like, see if that's, like, bullshit or not? Or
Well, you know what? I think that this is an instance of some conflict here. So this is more like verbal sparring here. I need you to... Well, this is... Anagalmeshu is initiating this conflict, sort of towering over Humusi. So, what are your forms for this conflict? And what are you sort of... Well, we already established what you're doing. You're, like, sort of towering over her, attempting to intimidate the answer out of her.
so I guess that that'd be, like, violence indirectly?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Humusi, how are you responding to this?
I'm just like sitting down, puffing on my pipe, staring down.
And what forms would those be?
I guess it'd be like myself, because I don't want to be dragged and beaten. And
And this is all about you. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
covered tea, because I'm like trying to be sneaky.
All right, be sneaky. All right, all right. All right. Now, let's see here. First things first, I need each of you to roll your larger of the two die. Just remember that you have, you know, one of them is bigger, so that's the one you're going to be rolling first. This is to determine who, like, makes the initiative here. All right.
Woof.
All right, so you take the initiative. That roll stands. All right, so Humushi has the initiative here. How does she respond to this accusation?
Anger. She like gets up out of her seat and says, "How dare you come into my office and make threats against me? I am a 6th wizard of the order, and you dare threaten to have me dragged and beaten?
All right,
I
false
am
indignation.
one of
Good shit.
the most powerful pyromancies in this kingdom. You couldn't lay a finger on me without me setting you ablaze."
Okay, so I need you to roll the d6 for covertly.
Tony, you're a peach.
Thank you.
I always love your characters, yeah.
Yup.
Okay.
Oh, well, shit.
For a total
Fucking
effect
Jesus.
of 17. So, all right. So Zeta, how does Anagalmeshu respond? And then you're going to re-roll both of your dice, so your large die and your small die.
Such threats for a little meager mage. I'm gonna look her right in the eye.
It's just a dick measuring contest. There's no
Oh,
like
absolutely.
exchange. There's no like argument or anything happening.
Yeah, but that's just the way
fuck,
things
yeah.
are. Okay, so Humusi takes advantage going into the next round. But I am going to add Anagalmeshu to the O list. You just rolled off against larger dice. In pursuit of your best interest, even.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's good. You can trade your place on the O list to get an advantage die for an entire encounter. That's an extra d6.
Oh, nice.
Also, if you stay on the O list, you can play your character again in the
Yeah,
later
also your
game.
character can show up again later. So, I mean, you could spend that now to get advantage die, or you could hold it till later conflict to get advantage die on all 3 rounds of a conflict.
I'm gonna hold it for now.
Yeah, alright. Anyway, so moving on. We need to roll off initiative again. Roll your large die. It's round 2. Oh, add a d6
God, I'm rolling
as well,
shit.
Tony.
So is that like a D12 plus 6?
Yes, a d12 and a d6. Yes, that is your big dice. You roll them all together and it counts as 1. Okay.
Woof.
But actually, okay. So I want you to describe what you do, because whenever you double someone else's initiative, you win outright.
Wait, how did they do that? They didn't double.
A 3. Oh no, it's a 9. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's
I
a
added
3.
in the 9. I'm done.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
No, it's only 4 altogether.
It's only 4. It did not double. Okay, so, but
I know I'm rolling bad, but damn.
okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but Tony does win initiative again. So your total roll of 4 does stand. You can roll your other d6 for covertly, and please tell me what your action is this round. Yes.
Alright, I get off my chair, I put down my pipe, I walk over to Anagalmeshu, and I say, "Unless you have some hard evidence, leave my office."
Yeah, roll a d6, and we'll add that total together.
Nice.
So your total is 6 plus 3, that's 9. Alright, so roll your dice and answer me, Anagalmeshu. What do you say in response?
The king is always watching you. We wouldn't be here if we didn't have some sort of evidence. Now look, you can either do this in a very easy to... Fuck. I'm sorry, I'm fucking up.
That's okay.
We can either do this the easy way or the hard way. I'd rather not have to clean my blade tonight. So I rolled both of them again?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And that's why you re-roll that. Alright, well that means you win the second round. You're going to go into the third and final round with advantage.
Double overtime.
Yep, we're into the final round, so I need you guys to roll the initiative one last time. Actually, no. Don't do that yet. Hold that roll. That's fine. Hey, Mooney, where are you? Where is Saahita?
I'm probably just arriving.
Yeah, there's a knock at the door.
God. I guess that kind of brings me into the scene because I have to go get the door again.
Absolutely,
Right.
you do.
She like jumps out of her damn skin because she was not expecting anyone else. Was this a scheduled meeting?
It
No.
is absolutely not scheduled.
Okay.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
like almost drops some shit on the ground and like reveals her position. But yeah, she runs back and she like not sure what to do, just grabs the tea and like opens the door and is like, yes, may I help you?
All right, so you see a tall, dark-skinned woman with a very large satchel, kind of cradled in her arms, and she's like, I've come to speak with. Oh, and she kind of not so discreetly looks at the palm of her hand. Humusi. I've come to speak with Humusi. I brought gifts. If that helps. Her voice kind of cracks a little bit.
Oh my god, she's so adorable. I'm gonna feel bad being mean. You brought gifts. I see.
All right. I'm going to open my satchel and I pull out a jar of olives and I say, olives from Greece, and I put them in your hands. And I pull out a bolt of silk and I say, silk from Persia, and I put it in your hands. I pull out.
None of these lands exist yet, but I'll buy it.
A beautiful jade necklace, and I say,
The silk is getting
let's
into
be
the
less
tea.
specific with lands.
Jade necklace from China.
These are olives from across the sea. You know,
So
oh,
is,
yeah.
silk
is,
from across the
um,
desert to the south.
is Mooney's character one of the crew who like has smuggled the stuff into the warehouse?
Yes.
Does Awita know about this? Like, is this like a rumor in town?
I mean,
Doubt it.
I doubt. I mean, doubt you know specifically that anything about that.
Okay, I'm gonna like look. Like, I feel like from all this, they're pretty obviously some pirate. Like, they just showed up here for no reason. They look like they spend their entire life at sea, and they just start giving me like fucking.
They're like showering you with gifts. They're clearly trying
That's
to like
what-
buy you off. They want something from your master, at the very least.
I unfortunately can't just allow anyone to have a meeting with my master. You'll.
Okay, 1 second. Hey, Anagalmeshu, what do you yell back? Because you just got, like, right up in your face from someone who is not near in your station. What do you yell back at,
What do you mean, not in my station?
like, they're below you? You know, you're an emissary from the king. Someone like that shouldn't speak to you this way.
You best sit down and listen, or unless you don't want to keep your head. And I push
Right, so
him
that
down.
comes echoing from the office. Both of you hear that.
She like has like the cartoon like freaking electric line sound effects all around her. Like your entire body
I mean, it was
shudders.
loud enough like people on the street heard it.
Yeah,
So
she's
you
like,
kind of like,
as you can see, Master Humusi is a figure very much in demand. So
yeah, okay, listen,
hold
why
on, I'm
don't
trying
you
to figure
just...
out what I want to say. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to hear. She's like,
Zeta, roll a d6.
she's already trying to like get leverage on you because she can tell you want something, but I'm trying to figure out how that would work, like as a player.
Well, you're figuring that out, Saahita's like, well, why don't you just give these to Humusi for me? My name is Saahita. I'm the first mate of the Silver Jackal. You can send for me at any time. Her voice kind of cracks again, and she kind of like, her eyes flicker over to the curtain. And I would love to speak with her. Okay.
Wait,
Bye.
if you're about to run off, I feel like I might need a moment as a player to see if
Yeah. Okay.
I just need to think about.
You can have a
That's
second.
fine. We're gonna go back to Humusi. I need you to roll your for myself, please. All right. So you take the initiative here. How do you respond to that yelling?
Oh god,
And then roll your covertly.
can you
as
just
well.
like summarize what you said, Daisha? Because I forgot.
Zeta just said you had better get out of my face and sit down and know your place.
Oh, I make all
The
the
master's just about to get killed.
all the candles in the rooms just kind of like go off, the flames in them, and I just like stare at him and say, I've studied magic for years. You and your puny little station is nothing compared to me.
Oh, that's a big.
Yeah. So roll a d6 for your covertly.
God. Is this covert? That
Covertly.
seems pretty direct.
Yeah,
this
actually,
point.
I mean, I feel. Let me see if these things can change. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't look like it changes. I mean, that's important for the conflict later on, so. And it's still false indignation, because
That's true. That's fair.
because Humusi knows that she's right. Like, yeah, you got her dead to rights. Like, yeah, I'm definitely like, this is magic bullshit and this is mine. You guys can't have it. So like, it is fake indignation at the core of it. So 9. All right, Anagalmeshu, I need you to re-roll your what were your dice for this again? Your
D10 and D6.
plus your advantage dice.
Okay, what would be my advantage dice? A
A
D10
D6.
or
A
D6?
It's just an extra D6.
Okay, as soon as she starts pulling out the flames, I'll pull out my sword and put it to her neck.
That already does it. That already does it. And that means Anagalmeshu ends our third round with advantage, thereby winning the conflict. Now, whenever you win a conflict on the third round, we have what we call a negotiation victory. You can either exhaust or injure the loser. And that will reduce the die size of 2 of their forms. It will make them weaker.
Okay.
But you will also reduce 1 die size from one of the forms you used. Or the 2 of you can negotiate a victory. Now, neither of you should take any terms from the other that's worse from the terms that I just laid out here. That is to say, losing some of your skills. So you can make a deal here, like, we'll just say, and it doesn't have to involve losing anything, it has to involve the players acting in a way that progresses the story in an interesting fashion. But also get something that the winner wants, because, hey, you didn't win.
Does this fit in with my strength? Consequential? Or do I have to, like,
No,
say
it's
it?
not even a thing. We're negotiating the terms of your victory in the story
Okay.
sense. Or your losing form. So you can either choose to, like, just go hardline and say, well, no, Humusi, you lose out 2 forms, but you also lose 1, or you guys can work out something. But that's up to you.
Okay, so how about this, Tony? Or Humusi? We
However you guys
sit
want this
there,
conflict to end.
we stare at each other, ready to attack, and then we just calm down. No one loses anything. And you sit down, and we
Keep
have
in mind,
an
you're the
aim.
winner here.
I am.
You did win, even if only slightly.
Yeah, there's no reason for you not to fuck Tony up.
You
I
should,
mean,
you should
that's
fuck her up
true,
a little
but-
bit.
Fuck her up for a little bit? Okay.
But Tony, you also shouldn't take anything worse than being injured or exhausted. Which, granted, is pretty bad.
What does exhausted do?
Exhausted will reduce Tony's violence to a D8 and directly to a D6.
What does
Permanently.
injured do?
Same thing for myself and love.
Oh,
Oh, no, injured is others and covertly. I'm sorry.
gotcha.
Shamed is myself and love.
Gotcha.
Although
Okay,
I would
how about
actually allow
this?
shamed for this one because it's kind of a social conflict. Shamed is available.
Okay,
in
here
this.
it is. Here it is. How's this for one? You tell me about the tower and what it particularly has of interest to you. And I won't, like, exhaust anything from you.
Hypothetically speaking, if a said tower does exist, which I have no knowledge of.
We're speaking out of character, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You're negotiating this out of character, and then you guys can roleplay it in character.
All right. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay, is that good? That, like...
I'll tell you what I know, because I'm pretty sure I do not know much about what's in this tower other than it exists and it's from another age.
You know how to find it. You know that you could find it if you wanted to.
Alright.
So, yeah, that's all I would really like to know. Because I don't want to, like, get too mean in the first roll.
Okay, that sounds good.
But yeah, as I put my sword up to her neck and run the blade across her neck, but not cutting her, I stare in the eyes.
I just stare back.
Okay, so what exactly do you tell Anagalmeshu?
Okay. Hypothetically speaking, there may be a tower that is from a bygone age that I may or may not know how to get to. Perhaps we can work a deal that can benefit the crown and myself.
Now, I will also tell you, Humushi, there has been a merchant who's been courting you to try to get you to bring his stuff. This guy wants to go in and like take his men and kill the smugglers or the pirates who are based there, because like they stole his stuff and took some of his men. You haven't really been keen on this because while you do want to get the stuff in there, you're not super keen with the idea of running in there with like a squad of men to kill them all, because that sounds like a good way for you to end up dead. But, well, maybe this might force your hand. I don't know.
Maybe I can keep that like in my back pocket. Do I have to tell him everything?
Yeah, but you can tell him about the tower at least.
Yeah, I'll tell her about the tower.
Yes, her, sorry.
I put away my blade. Like, good, okay. We're making progress. Now,
would you like some tea?
No, I would like to see this tower. Honestly, I would just send some troops over it, but I have a feeling that there might be some trickery involved, knowing mages like you. So if you could lead me to the tower tonight,
It's
or
magic.
whenever.
There's always trickery involved.
Oh yes, I know. I will be back later to investigate the tower with you and maybe even your little child apprentice.
I will be humbly awaiting your return.
Yes, you will.
Said
I
through
walk
gritted
out.
teeth.
Oh wait, hold on. Can we do like a kind of a as this is happening?
Yes, absolutely.
We
Please
resolve
fuck
my
me up.
conflict because I don't want like
Fuck me
I
up.
don't want like Zeta's character to walk out before I've even like done my thing with.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck me up.
Okay, all right. So I guess when she goes to answer the door, she doesn't really get to hear the rest of the conversation because otherwise, what would be the point of
Oh,
you know,
most of
hiding
it,
behind
actually,
the
most
workshop?
of what you wouldn't have been there listening for was yelled anyway, so no, you heard it.
Okay, cool. So I know that like
You heard the ending.
they're already closing in on the tower. It's time for her to make.
Yeah.
It's time for her to make her move, like, and soon. So she kind of gestures Saahita out into the street a little bit and kind of walks out and closes the door behind her.
Oh,
And
okay.
says, I understand you wish to meet with my master. As you can see, Humusi is a very busy and important figure, and I am her most trusted assistant. She will not meet anyone without my go-ahead. I've saved her from multiple attempts at assassination, strong-arming, just with this, my discerning eye, and she kind of, like, gestures to her eye in, like, a weirdly meaningful way. So,
Saahita, like, does a little nod.
if you wish to meet with my master, you'll have to do something for me. Is that acceptable?
I mean, you can state your terms?
Of course. Alright. So, the deal is, you know of the Alabaster Tower, yes? It rises from the sea once every new moon, yes? You're aware of it?
Saahita gets to look like she didn't want to chip her hand, that was what she was after, so soon, but she just kind of, like, slowly nods.
Right. Well, it seems as that we are in accord. I need to go there. And if you and your crew were to escort me, then I would allow you a meeting with my master, unconditionally. There are some things I need to investigate. As a student of magic, you understand. It's purely an educational voyage. There are things that would help me in my growth. First, before we even attempt to go there, we need to ascertain its location. Obviously, the next new moon is when it will arise, but where will it arise? If you can aid me in finding that out in time in getting me there, escorting me, make sure I find what I'm looking for in the tower safely, then I will arrange for you a meeting with my master. I realize this is kind of bullshit now because that's the whole reason she wanted to talk to the master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm like, you have like a wizard taking you to the tower anyway.
Yeah.
Right, but she's like,
So
Just
you
'cause
kind of like
I feel like
rubs
wizard
your
is more of a
chin.
title. I don't know.
It's a little bit of both, you know.
Okay.
But definitely, I mean, your master has like a far-reaching power to like make pyromancy happen.
No, I'm not. I'm not like denigrating the wizard powers. I'm just saying like Awita is a wizard. She's just not as strong as someone like Humusi, who's like a renowned master.
Well, you don't have like the same power. Like
Right. Exactly.
you don't have like a far-reaching and powerful strength with it. Yeah.
So he just kind of like narrows her eyes and she rubs her chin. You can tell she's like a little bit coming to her own element, and says, "All right," and she will spit in her palm and then hold it out to you.
All right. So she like inwardly, it doesn't really mean anything to you, but inwardly she's like a little bit grossed out, but she's not really too bothered, and she just like reaches her hands out and shakes yours like pretty firmly.
Great. All right. I guess I can contact you here.
Better not here. Let's arrange a meeting place within town. Do we have to have like make up a specific meeting place, or does it matter?
Let's make it a flavorful, interesting meeting place. But yeah, you don't have to think about that right now.
Okay.
Am I walking
right
out?
now, yeah. What is
I'm trying to
Emissary
like
doing?
I guess at this point in the conversation, if Awita knew that like the conversation was wrapping up, since she knows it's kind of about the tower anyways, she's probably gonna try to get rid of Saahita before like
Yeah, you like. In
Anagalmeshu
fact,
leaves.
you see the emissary coming out the door, or getting ready to like walk down the hall.
Do I
Unfortunately,
see them? Do
I'm
I
like-
see them
not quite.
talking,
Well,
or-
not quite yet. Not
Yeah.
quite yet.
yeah.
Let's see what Rose.
Unfortunately, I am. All right. So let's just say that we've arranged the meeting place, even though we haven't said what it is yet.
Yeah, yeah.
and
Some cafe.
Unfortunately, I am going to have to ask you to leave now, as there are some matters that I need tending to. They're very sensitive. Outside eyes need not be around. And I will see you in the meeting place.
Okay, so Saahita will kind of like bids you farewell.
I'm sorry I keep interrupting you, but it's accidental, I promise, but I feel like it does fit Awita's personality a little
It
bit now that
does.
she's not speaking to like an authority figure that she's trying to butter up.
I know it's time for her to be the authority figure now, bitch.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup.
That's how it works. Alright, anyway, so
Alright,
you like
so-
shove her out the door essentially.
Yeah, and Saahita's gonna go
Alright,
get her
well, so
horse
like you
and
come to
ride back to the docks.
the apprentice is blocking the door.
Me?
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
you walk out in the door, the apprentice is just standing out in the open door.
I scowl and I just wave my hand like away.
I guess I'm like a faced away from her,
Yeah,
because if I was looking
yeah.
at her, I would just be out
But
of the way.
you hear her stomping up.
I like kind of swiftly turn around and seeing a turd kind of like jump out of the way a little bit as how did the meeting go with my master, if I may ask?
I just walk out the door.
Thank you for your presence, Miss Emissary. I hope-
I'm walking away.
Yeah,
as
I,
you say.
I don't care. I'm not expecting you to talk back to me. And she like, she's scowly slouchy now that she's sure you're going. She fucking hates your ass.
I turn around and it's like, straighten up your back now.
Okay, okay.
Posture senses.
So, alright, you're off to business elsewhere.